My name is Brittany, and I am studying neuroscience. This is so awesome to speak with you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you.
I am so excited to read this new article you just finished writing.
I feel good.
After I read this article, I will have tons of questions.
I bet.
May I start reading now?
Yes.
Okay, here I go. The title is Your Thoughts Are Blocking Your Dreams and Destiny. The river does not block itself from flowing downstream. Then how come our past keeps running in front of our future? We may cry and suffer and even bleed for the information we need to move forward, not leave things behind. Human beings are unique in their ability to engage in complex cognitive processes such as counterfactual thinking, which involves imagining alternatives to past events. Some say it takes forgiveness to release the past from blocking your flow forward. What I say is, understand who and what you are. To do this, you must give yourself a second chance. The brain allows for new beginnings. The second act of the brain, wherein individuals who may have limitations in certain cognitive domains exhibit exceptional skills and talents in others. This phenomenon challenges traditional notions of human cognitive capabilities and highlights the remarkable plasticity and adaptability of the brain. The orbitofrontal cortex is known to be involved in the processing of emotions and the integration of emotional and cognitive information. Studies have shown that damage to this brain region can lead to deficits in emotional regulation and decision-making, suggesting its importance in evaluating the emotional significance of events. When faced with positive or negative experiences, the orbitofrontal cortex helps us assign emotional valence to these events and generate appropriate emotional responses. The orbitofrontal cortex plays a crucial role in mediating counterfactual thinking in response to positive and negative events in our lives. By integrating emotional responses with cognitive evaluations, this brain region enables us to imagine alternative outcomes, learn from past experiences, and regulate our emotions effectively. Understanding the neural mechanisms underlying counterfactual thinking can provide valuable insights into human cognition, emotion regulation, and mental health, paving the way for future research and interventions aimed at enhancing well-being and resilience. We screen and build our tragic defensiveness. What we cannot imagine, we kill the possibilities of hope. Death rebirths us through a pain of overwhelming wash. The other side is not better or clear, it is just the beginning from in one's end. The pressure to be a human being is created by the explosion from the beginning of time. We are not only just evolving, but we are growing, and the growth takes pressure. But pressure comes from so many environmental factors: death, love, tears, sickness, and happiness. All these factors are energy sources that we gather and pull from to develop the Big Bang. You wrote this poem to describe your pain, and you put it in the middle of the article.
Yes, I did.
Here it goes. The dream of reality explores my mind. The divided mind and the memories I share with myself to push back and forth against the present living and the past life. As my state of health has brought forth deep pain, because of the failing of the body, and the mind is reminding me of the past before I move on from this plane to the next. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the small room where my room lay in a fitful sleep. My body tossed and turned, trapped in the clutches of a nightmare that refused to release its grip. Beads of sweat gathered on my brow, glistening in the dim light as mind relived the horrors of the blood-soaked field of combat. The smell of death filled my nostrils, mingling with the acrid stench of burning buildings. The sound of explosions echoed in my ears, each blast a painful reminder of the chaos and destruction that had surrounded me. My heart raced, pounding in my chest like a drumbeat of fear and adrenaline. In my dream, I was back in the desert, surrounded by the enemy with nowhere to run. Bullets whizzed past my head, kicking up clouds of dust as I scrambled for cover. My hands shook as I fumbled with my weapon, my movements slow and methodical as if submerged in thick syrup. As the memories of that fateful day flooded back, my body responded in kind. My muscles tensed, coiled springs ready to snap at the slightest provocation. The blankets twisted around me, a suffocating weight pressing down on my chest. My breath came in short, ragged gasps, each inhalation a struggle against unseen forces. Suddenly, I was jolted awake by a scream torn from my throat, the sound raw and primal in the silence of the night. My heart hammered in my chest, a relentless drumbeat of panic and despair. The room swam before my eyes, shadows dancing in the corners like malevolent spirits. I clutched at his sweat-soaked sheets, my body trembling with the aftershocks of my ordeal. The memories of combat clung to me like a second skin, a constant reminder of the horrors I had witnessed and the price I had paid. The night stretched on, endless and unforgiving, as I battled the demons that haunted my every waking moment. As the first light of dawn crept through the window, I finally succumbed to exhaustion, my body and mind spent from the ordeal of the night. But even in sleep, the specter of my trauma lingered, a shadow cast across my dreams like a dark cloud on the horizon. And so, the night that wouldn't end faded into memory, leaving me to face a new day with the knowledge that the scars of war ran deeper than anyone could see. That is the end of the poem, and now you just finished the article.
Yeah.
So I will keep reading.
Okay.
All of us have these feelings and emotions that we need to sort out. I will continue to say, seek help from a professional or a support group to help you understand your actions and your emotions. The orbitofrontal cortex, a region of the brain located behind the forehead, plays a crucial role in processing emotions, decision-making, and social behavior. Why am I telling you this? Because knowing where these actions take place will help you to begin to understand. If reading this is confusing, then reach out to me. We are rapidly destroying each other because we are saying and using words and actions that are hurting ourselves and others. Do what it takes to move your flow forward instead of letting your past hijack your future from regret and sorrow. Written by Dr. Paul W. Dyer.
That was amazing.
I must say that was incredible reading.
Thank you.
My first question is why?
Why it seems so, it's fitting because I always tell people, know your why. And I did want to add my personal experience in there because I'm always experiencing things also on levels of consciousness. And I just think people ought to really understand where their pain comes from and how it's entering their body. And if people don't ever question where the pain comes from, then I don't understand how they're ever going to fix this. And I don't think people mean to not. I don't think people mean to not know what's causing their pain. I don't think they ever think about it because they don't want to. I don't think they don't want to face it, and I think that's where suffering comes from.
You mean people don't care to know? That seems crazy to me.
Be careful of that. You being a neuroscientist, you really kind of can get on what you call a therapist's bad side by calling people crazy. But I just don't think people ever think about it. I don't think people ever think about the chemistry of the brain. I don't think people think about all the major factors that goes on into their thought process. And so they keep just thinking it's my emotions, my feelings, it's my actions, and they have no idea what's creating it or how it is created and how it flows through their body. And that's really why I write the things I write, and I would continue to write the things I write, and I would continue to personalize the things I write, because it's not like I'm not affected, and I don't think. I don't think people are always affected, but I think they are not recognized. So I hope this helps in any way.
This has been amazing talking with you, Dr. Paul, and I am glad I consider you my mentor, and thank you for this interview.
Absolutely.
My name is Brittany, and this
It's Dr. Paul.
Have an Understanding Path.
And we wish you all a blessing and a good night.